continuing on with the analogies for the spiritual life journey with Jesus. We have the three stages. Again, just a reminder of the purgative, the illuminative, and the unitive. And we're now on the illuminative. And so we have the telephone poles. And so when we are illuminated by God, we learn to have the discipline. And one of the analogies I would say is we need to have 3 prayer times a day. And this is like eating. So compared to eating, first of all, we have a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. And that keeps us healthy and strong. So in comparison, in order to have a healthy relationship with Jesus, we got to have a spiritual breakfast, spiritual lunch, and a spiritual dinner every day. And so they don't have to be long, but you have to remain faithful. It could be as short as 5 minutes. If you want to go longer, better, whatever, but at least remain faithful to the 3 to 5 minutes. And so a spiritual breakfast could be something like reading the Bible, small passage and reading it. The spiritual lunch could be a decade of the rosary or a rosary, and at a spiritual dinner could be reading a page from the catechism, a page from the life of a saint, spiritual reading, maybe just quiet time, light a little candle and just quiet time with the Lord. And so there's many things that we can do to feed ourselves. So we have to have the 3 meals a day, but make sure our meals are spread out, just like the telephone poles. So what happens is if we have our breakfast, lunch, and dinner all at once, it's not the greatest thing. We want to spread it out. So likewise, we want to spread our prayer time out, spiritual breakfast, spiritual lunch, spiritual dinner, like the telephone poles. We spread them out. If we put all the poles together, what happens is that the line for the next pole will get so heavy that it touches the ground before it hits the next one. So we want to keep our poles spread out. So the spiritual breakfast, we keep the line up, spiritual lunch, spiritual dinner, so that we can keep our thoughts heavenly rather than the line touching the earth.